Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people live happily into their 90s, full of energy and independence, while others struggle to even reach 80? Why is it that two people of the same age, same background, and sometimes even the same family, can have such different journeys in their later years? Is it luck? Is it genetics? Or is it something else? The truth may surprise you. Most people don't die before 85 simply because their bodies wear out. They die because of hidden habits, small choices they make every day that quietly shorten their lives. As the great physician Hippocrates once said, if we could give every individual the right amount of nourishment and exercise, not too little and not too much, we would have found the safest way to health. And this wisdom is even more true after 60. Because the habits you choose in these years often decide whether you live just a few more years, or an extra decade filled with vitality. So let me ask you, are you still moving enough, or have you slowed down too much? Do you take your health checkups seriously, or do you skip them? Today, I want to guide you through 5 deadly habits after 60 that shorten lives and show you how avoiding them can give you the best chance of living beyond 85, not just longer, but with meaning and joy. But before we move on, my dear friends, I have a small request. If you find value in learning how to live longer and healthier, please subscribe to this channel right now. Because each week, I bring you practical tips that could protect your health and add more quality years to your life. Now let's go. Number 1. Stopping daily motion activities. Now, let's start with the first mistake: stopping daily movement. After retirement, many seniors think, now I can finally rest. And yes, rest is important. But my friends, the biggest danger is when you stop moving altogether. Your body is like a car. Leave a car in the garage for months without driving it, the tires flatten, the battery dies, the engine rusts. The same thing happens to your body. I once knew a retired teacher, Mr. Peterson. After he stopped working, he spent most of his time in a chair reading, watching TV, or napping. Within 3 years, his legs became weak, his back hurt constantly, and he could barely climb stairs. The doctor told him, it's not just aging, it's muscle loss from not moving. Now compare that to Mrs. Lopez, who also retired but chose differently. Every morning, she joined her neighbors for a 30-minute walk. She gardened, she even danced on weekends. Today, in her late 70s, she still walks confidently and enjoys her independence. So, what do we learn from this? Motion is medicine. You don't need heavy workouts, but you do need daily activity. A short walk, stretching, yoga, gardening, whatever you enjoy. Just keep moving. Because when you stop moving, you start aging faster. Number 2. Skipping regular health checkups. The second deadly mistake is ignoring regular checkups. Many seniors tell me, but I feel fine, why go to the doctor? My friends, let me be honest with you, some of the deadliest diseases are silent. High blood pressure, diabetes, even certain cancers show no early symptoms. I remember a gentleman named Mr. David. He was 70, felt perfectly healthy, and never saw a doctor. One morning, he had a sudden stroke. The truth? He had untreated high blood pressure for years, he just didn't know it. Now let's look at Helen. She went for her yearly checkups. At 68, her doctor noticed her cholesterol creeping up. She changed her diet, started walking daily, and took mild medication. Today, at 80, she is still active and full of energy. This is why I tell you prevention is better than cure. Don't wait for symptoms. Make yearly checkups your habit: blood pressure, sugar, cholesterol, heart tests. It's not a waste of time, it's your insurance for a longer life. Friends, if this is helping you, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next life-saving tip. Number 3. Isolation and loneliness. The third mistake is something many people don't think of: isolation. After 60, children are often busy, friends may move away, some even pass on. Slowly, the social circle shrinks, and you find yourself alone more often. But my dear friends, loneliness isn't just sad, it's deadly. Studies show loneliness is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even early death. I remember Eleanor, a lovely woman who lost her husband at 72. She withdrew from social life, stayed indoors, and barely spoke to anyone. Within a few years, her health declined, her memory weakened, her energy dropped, and her spirit faded. On the other hand, George, who also lost his partner, made a different choice. He joined a local library club, volunteered once a week, and even started painting classes. At 80, he is cheerful, sharp, and surrounded by friends. So please, don't isolate yourself. Call a friend, join a group, volunteer, or even use technology to connect. Remember, human connection is medicine for the soul and the body. Number 4. Ignoring chronic health issues. The fourth mistake is ignoring chronic problems. How many times have you said, "Oh, it's just normal aging," when you feel back pain, joint pain, or fatigue? My friends, let me tell you, these problems are not to be ignored. Arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, if left untreated, they don't stay still. They grow. They damage your body silently until one day they explode into a crisis. I knew Mrs. Brown, who ignored her arthritis pain. She said, "I'm old, pain is normal." But because she stopped moving, her weight increased, her pain worsened, and soon she became dependent on a wheelchair. Now compare her to Mr. Harris. He was diagnosed with mild diabetes, but instead of ignoring it, he took control. He adjusted his diet, walked every day, and worked closely with his doctor. Today, at 82, he still drives, shops, and enjoys his independence. So my advice to you is simple: never ignore chronic problems. Manage them early, treat them consistently, and don't brush them aside. Small care now prevents big suffering later. Number 5. Living without purpose. And finally, the fifth deadly mistake: living without purpose. After retirement, many people say, "My work is done. Now I'll just pass time." But passing time without purpose is dangerous. Without something to wake up for every morning, life feels empty. The spirit weakens, the body follows, and health declines faster. But those who live with purpose, whether it's teaching, volunteering, creating, or even taking care of family, live longer, healthier, and happier. Take Ruth, who retired and spent most of her days in front of the TV. She often said, "I'm just waiting now." Sadly, within 10 years, she became frail and deeply depressed. But look at Mr. Anand. After retirement, he began teaching math to children in his neighborhood. He often said, "They give me energy. I feel alive." At 84, he still teaches, full of vitality and joy. So I ask you, what gives your life meaning? It doesn't have to be something big. It could be gardening, painting, mentoring, helping neighbors, or reading to your grandchildren. The key is to have a reason to get up every morning. That purpose is what keeps your mind sharp and your heart strong. My dear friends, we've explored the 5 deadly habits after 60 that quietly shorten lives. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these habits do you think is the most dangerous? Are you guilty of one of them, or have you already made changes to avoid them? And what advice would you give to other seniors who are trying to live longer and healthier? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I truly read each one, and your words might inspire someone else to change their life. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and join our growing family of seniors who believe life after 60 can still be powerful, joyful, and full of purpose. Every week I bring you more tips and stories that can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. Remember, aging is not the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter. Stay healthy, stay strong, and keep shining your wisdom.